What is going on, guys? Dave from Wake Up It's Football, bringing you guys another 2015 NFL Draft profile. Today it is Kevin White, the wide receiver out of West Virginia. Remember, keep in mind, draft stock will be shifting and changing from here until the NFL Draft, and I cannot put highlights and clips into these videos because of copyright infringement. So again, Kevin White, wide receiver out of West Virginia, standing at about 6'3", 215 pounds. Collegiate stats: 144 total receptions, 1,954 yards, 15 touchdowns, and an average of 13.6 yards per reception. A lot of those stats came in his second year at West Virginia. 109 receptions for 1,447 yards and 10 touchdowns. So he had a stellar second year at West Virginia. Originally, he was at not a junior college. I believe it was what was the college? It was Lackawanna College for 2 seasons before attending West Virginia. All-American 2014. Was runner-up, I believe, or one of the finalists for the Biletnikoff Award for wide receivers. So Kevin White definitely contributed to that West Virginia. Was a lot of that West Virginia offense in 2014. So Kevin White being talked about as a top 5 pick now. Is that going to come to fruition? Is that going to happen? I don't know. I have him somewhere in that range. I will get to his pros and cons in a second. But Kevin White is a player who's kind of come on the scene also because of his combine and some of the numbers that he put up there. Third fastest 40, I believe he ran a 4.35 in the 40-yard dash. 1.53 in the 10-yard split, 2.54 in the 20-yard split. So at 6'3", 215 pounds, those are pretty solid numbers from a guy of his size and his stature. 3-cone drill was a 6.92 and had a 36.5 vertical with a 10-foot 3-inch broad jump. Bench press 23 reps as well. So those are some of the numbers from the combine that he put up. Getting to his pros and cons, speed. For his size, put up great speed at the combine. Again, now on tape, with the pads on and under fire, I wouldn't label him as a burner, but he's not the fastest guy out there, but he's got the speed and yards after the catch. I believe he led the country with yards after the catch, with over 600 yards. No one really came close to him after. I think it was Mario Alford, also out of West Virginia, had 483. Jakeem Grant, Texas Tech, had 481. But Kevin White, 687, led the country in yards after the catch. That was something that was, stood out to me as well on tape. His hands. One thing that was really, really good about Kevin White is he plucks the ball out of the air. He doesn't use his body to catch footballs. He uses his hands, reels them back into his body. Like 90-95% of the time. Kevin White plucks them out, has good awareness, hand-eye coordination when it comes to that. So that's something that I noticed about Kevin White. He gets his body into a good position to catch footballs as well. And then his competitiveness was something I also noticed. You could work blocking into that a little bit, but blocking I have it listed as a con only because I felt as at times it was a little bit more inconsistent. I heard that in 2013 it wasn't as good as it was in 2014, but there were times where I saw Kevin White put a pretty good block on a guy, and there were other times where it looked like he took the play off when it came time to block. So I listed that down as kind of a con. He could work on that. But as for the projection, you see there I have him 4 to 10, somewhere in the top 10. I don't think he's going to go top 3. Top 4, top 5. To me, it's a stretch. 4th or 5th pick. To me, I don't see him as that Calvin Johnson, Andre Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, AJ Green type of player. But it's still possible Oakland takes a receiver at 4 just because they're desperate at the position. They need a guy there. So I think Oakland could be a possibility. Chicago with the departure of Brandon Marshall. Atlanta has some aging wide receivers. Julio Jones is there. But, Roddy White, Harry Douglas is no longer there, I don't believe. St. Louis is looking for a guy as a number 1 there as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets taken first between Kevin White and Amari Cooper. So we're gonna have to stay tuned. Right now, a lot of people are saying, maybe Kevin White does go, first at the wide receiver position in this draft. But I have him in that 4 to 10 range, depending on how desperate Oakland is to take a receiver early. And we're just gonna have to wait and see and find out. But that's my draft profile on Kevin White. Let me know what you guys think. Throw your comments, questions, and concerns down below. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out.